Wait. Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You already know, like a motherfucker smack at it. And as you can tell by that thumbnail, and this young lady right here, yes, indubitably, man, I brought you the homegirl, man, who's all about uniting the raza. Oh, yes, we can get united one time for our
Oh,
minds.
yes, we
So,
can.
indubitably, man, I
Worldwide.
wanted to talk to a homegirl from down south, man, and so she can explain kind of her story, what's on her mentality, what she's going through in life, where she's been, where she's going, and Saskia. I felt that if for no other reason, the gun should do that. So what's up, homegirl, man? What you into?
What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm into a whole lot of nothing, but a whole lot of some. What's up? So I'm originally from Oceanside. I come from a strong line of, rest in peace, my mom and dad, Mundo Mario Castillo Jr., my mom, Beverly Lynn Baker, and they're both, they both have been gone for my dad just since 2016, my mom since 2001. And I'm just here to stand up for those and speak up for those who are too afraid to speak up for themselves, who are no longer here to speak for themselves. Per se, I've been in some pretty gnarly relationships, good and bad. With some good old hitters and some fucking busters of busters. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not here to disrespect nobody and not condone any gang, related activity. But I do stand here as a mother, as a friend, as a comadre, as a homegirl, as solid as I am, 10 toes down all day, every day, worldwide. I ain't here picking sides. I ain't north side, east, west. Hey, I'm all around the world. Check my record, yo. I got hoes in every area go, okay? So yeah. What I'm here for is just to stand up for the people. My major ending goal. Again, I could stand back and I could cut your hair all day. I could fade you up. You know what I mean? I'm a licensed cosmetologist over 16 years. But my main goal is to help with the mentality, the mental state of mind. Myself, I've suffered a lot of mental illness going through the loss of my father, as well as my mother lived 12 years as a quadriplegic with brain damage and memory loss. She passed away in 2001. Story for later on. I'll get into more details of that. But and then my father's stomach cancer, gastroparesis, vascular disease, diabetes, gangrene, Agent Orange. Died as a veteran in his home in Indio, California. I currently reside in Escondido, California, San Diego County. My children reside in a desert area. Not going to disclose much more of that, but that's that. Yeah. Safe with their father. I was a motherfucking addict, like a motherfucker. I'm still an addict. Never ever going to change that. Go through the struggles of hell yeah, I want to be high, but I'm not today. So, I just stay fly, and that's what I do. I just motherfucking get on this speaker and bust your flow 1 or 2. All day. You get once you get to know a little bit more of my channel, it's in the cloud 333. I'm up to like 5,000 followers. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Because I'm really not up on that social media shit. I just get on there, do my thing, and that's what I'm about. I'm about standing up for those that can't speak up for themselves. In the past 6 years, I've lost several family members. I would say a good 10, if not more. I have a lot of strong hitter family members that I'm not going to go ahead and mention at this time, and maybe in later interviews. I'll just say my most recent battle to overcome is the addiction of meth, and also rape, and just knowing that I was involved in an incident that is major in the news today, major in the news maybe just most recently. Don't really know how long y'all been going on with it, but me. For the past 2 years, I got a paper bag and stuff of somebody's belongings, just to say the least. And I mean, you're gonna edit, you can edit whatever, but there's a name right there for you. I don't really give a fuck, because it is what it is. This motherfucker did me dirty, and I know he did me dirty as he was doing me dirty, but because I'm pretty intelligent, I just sit back and watch the show and watch these clowns play along, because I love the entertainment. It intrigues my mind to wonder why you do the things that you do, because you, at the end of the day, are going to be lying in your 6 feet grave, and me, I'm going to be shining like I do every motherfucking day.
Bang, bang. Yes, indubitably. That is her, and she is her. Now, listen, I wanted to talk about my channel. Because I see on your Instagram, man, you post a lot of videos concerning me, about my channel. How'd you come across my channel? What do you think of it? Do you think that
I love it. I love it. I'm so for it. I support you. And if I didn't, I wouldn't put you on my shit. Real shit. Or I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I wouldn't put you. I wouldn't tag you. Anything I post up is the way I feel. I don't post BS. I don't sit up there and try to front of somebody that I'm not. 100%. It is what it is. It is what it's not, and it is what it's gonna be, and it is what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah. My tattoos that you see eventually, again, like another little story, but they all got a story behind them. They all are nothing but meaningful tattoos. As you can go through my profile, you'll see a lot, and you'll learn a lot more about me and my history. You will know your girl Ro right here. My name is Romelia Sofia Castillo. I go by Romy, Romi. There's only one I. There's only one like me. And recently on my Instagram, I just started to put it as Ro. It's just a little bit easier. It makes my little thumbnail a little shorter. Didn't really realize what that meant, but I'm starting to learn a little bit. Like I said, I'm not really technology savvy, so I just do my best to try and, go to different shows, different, YouTube videos.
Absolutely.
And I'm a big supporter of Rojo too. Again, because of how in depth these I love it because I've been searching for my history, my roots for a very long time. I'm 41 years old, and I don't know shit about my history. It's sad. It's sad because I could be, doing my cousin or some shit. And, hey, it's all right if I didn't know you were cousin then you ain't my cousin now. So fuck it, But bang, bang, yeah, bang bang, yo, I throw my guns too. But real shit. I'm just here again to speak up for the children, women, men, and those who are deceased, rest in peace, who are not able to speak up for themselves. I feel very strongly. I've been 10 toes down with no errors. You could check my record. I have none. By the grace of God, I have a lot of faith. I hand it out for free. A lot of my beats, a lot of my lyrics are out in the world, and motherfuckers are making bags off my shit. And that's why yesterday, I just fucking had enough.
Yeah, I seen it, girl. I seen you're a rapper, and we're gonna get into that. How you rap and what your thing. So growing up down south, man, I know you grew up in a gang-related area. Everywhere down there's a gang-related area. Did you see a lot of that? Were you involved in that? Did you try to keep away or?
So I've been around in the view of it. I don't involve myself in anything that I don't need to involve myself in. There's no reason, no rhyme. If you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you.
Straight up.
But when time comes to the time that's come, I'm gonna let you know. Time's up, motherfuckers. Like, you guys have plenty of chances to back out, to go a different route, to clean up your shit. And if not, hey, I've been the shit for a long time. Bang bang. You know what I mean? I've been the one that they've been trying to stomp down. I've been the one, and it occurred. So it started long ago when I was about 15 years old. My mom's accident happened when I was 9. So what happened there was she she died at the scene. Truck, lost control. Again, that could be more for another story because this is gonna it'll drag on for a little while. And I know you got a certain amount of time to put in your videos.
Oh, good, girl.
So at 9, me and my dad, we were taking care of her. She was in the hospital on life support. And in a coma. Took her off. She ended up being a vegetable as a quadriplegic with brain damage, memory loss for 12 years. And so we had a family friend who was in communication with my grandmother, with my grandparents, and they told my grandparents, whether it was true information or false information, it was what it was. It happened the way it did. God wouldn't have allowed it if it wasn't meant to be. I'm a big believer in God. I have my Bible on me all the time. I'm no Bible bumper, but I will. And I don't read this from back to front, but I do know it spiritually, internally, mentally, emotionally. Because I feel, due to my mom's accident, I believe I was given a second spirit, also a stronger heart, hers, because at that time, she was no longer spiritually here, mentally here, to be coherent enough of who I am, or never remember that she had a daughter for 12 years. So while she was here on earth. So pretty mind-fucking, right? So just psychology 101, I learned it at a young age, and that's what showed me never to judge a book by its cover. My mom was in a wheelchair, but nobody knows the story behind that. Nobody knows the pain behind that. Nobody understands, and nobody, unless you were there and experience that as I did, being her only child, would ever be able to say the words that they're saying. You know what I mean? So like these stories that I'm hearing out there, they're blowing my mind because
I
you
know,
know
girl.
there's one of a kind.
So trip
And
out and your music, your
yeah.
rapping. I see you like to rap. Is this just a passion, something you just do right off the dome, or is it something a craft you've been working on for a long time?
I used to write a lot of poetry. So I was in a relationship long ago, and we would write poetry back and forth to each other. Um, and so for those of those that don't need to know, but I mentioned it on my other live. I don't really like to throw people's names out there, out of respect. But
Yeah.
it's come to a point where I have, and if you go on my social media, I have said names because I'm tired of seeing the subliminal messages and hearing it. But I've written poetry forever. I write down what I feel because I don't talk a lot. I don't, in other words,
Yeah.
I know how to shut my mouth. I stick by the code. I really do. And this isn't just
Absolutely.
street code. It's my roots. You know what I mean?
Moral values.
My
Yeah.
dad taught me very well without even having to say nothing, exactly what it is.
Mhm.
And so it was just naturally. And I'm very, very in tune to my spiritual connection, my surroundings. I could read your mind almost without,
Bang,
yeah,
bang.
it's a little scary because you'll see in one of yesterday you had four corners, and when you look at it, you'll see what I mean. And I did a little flow to it in there, so when you get on
Yeah.
there, you'll see what I mean. The one that fell asleep, it wasn't really about that one, but if you know what I
Yes.
mean, you know what I mean.
No, I already know. I already know.
Right.
So
So,
yeah, no doubt, girl.
but yeah, the music thing, it's just it comes naturally. I've written a lot of flows down. I've lost them down in LA, chasing some D, some wasting time out there. You know what I mean? Getting tied up with nothing. Um, and but more and more, I've noticed I just started doing things on my own here at home, and then really I started off with a guitar, just trying to get out of my mental state, kind of get out of my depression. Severe depression. I was told that again, not really to bring up names, but I was told that that person was dead, and by a relationship that I was in, and that was Franco, which was an interesting relationship, but it was what it was, and I'm glad that I was in that because I learned a lot about myself and others too, and I think a lot of us are very grateful. But none the least, I was told he told me that he died, and because I have cariño for this person, and there's nobody and nothing that's gonna ever change that. Nothing. Like I have Jesus tattooed right here, just to say the none the least, but that's a middle name, and that ain't going nowhere. I don't. If he's with another lady, more power to him, more respect. But hey, I held you down, sucker. What's up? I can't even get a hello. Hey, what's up? Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Real shit.
And I wanted to express to the people, man, that Romelia will be joining me on lives. We will be promoting her music. She's the homegirl. It's all good in the hood.
Thank you.
No doubt about it, man. She's we stumbled upon each other. I don't know how did you stumble upon my channel?
Just surfing the YouTube. I ended up coming across your channel, and because your thumbnails, your titles, I've been trying to chase. I have certain family members that are like, "Hey, your dad's gone. Like, don't chase his tail." Like, no, I cut tails off and I chase what I'm after. You know what I mean? Tails is the one that raped me. So, like, when I say I cut tails off, I cut tails off. You know what I mean? Simple as that. I don't play around. I don't got no more time for that shit. Again, they've wasted a lot of my time, but I love it. I will never change anything. I will never go back. You mentioned something about you'd go back and you'd adjust a few things. I would never adjust anything I did, and nothing against you and your decision. That's your choice. Yeah. But a lot of people do that. Like, oh, I would go back and I would change this. I would never change. Not nothing. Not nothing. Not one moment that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Because without that one moment, that 1 millisecond, I wouldn't be exactly who I am today.
No, and no doubt about it. I totally agree.
Yeah. And but to each his own, and some people would love to adjust some things, wouldn't they?
No,
but Okay, go on, because I'll draw a blank.
No, so
I
another
got so
question
much
I
going
wanted to
on
ask.
in there. So
No, we stumbled across each other,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
and it's all good. Like I said, we're gonna do a lot of business. We're gonna make it happen. Ain't no doubt about it.
Like
But beyond that, even
I
beyond that, I wanted to ask you, the drugs. When you
oh
get
yeah.
involved in the drug, how young were you when you first got involved, and what keeps you just like right there, like fuck, I'm staying up for 2 days. I don't care. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, well I'm sober today. I'm sober today off meth.
That's a good thing,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. I've been sober a good month and a half with um and I tell on myself, I'm not afraid to tell on myself, because I'm honest with the people, because the people need to understand that mental health illness is real. And I take it in strive, and I take it with all due respect, because I know all of us are all struggling with something or the other. And I started, so when I was about 15, 16, that was my first encounter with being jumped in, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
Because
I
so I
know what
have a
you're talking about.
grandfather, and he found a letter. It happened to have some paraphernalia in there. He called up because I was like, hey homie, if you want some more, hey, so and so, here, you call him up, hey, here's your letter. Let me pass your kite, you know what I mean, in class. But it didn't make it to school that morning. So my grandfather was like, my granddaughter said you're selling her paraphernalia. And I was like, I walked out with the towel getting ready for school and shit. And so I walked in my room, saw my backpack open. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah,
So there I go. I ended up getting jumped Cinco de Mayo on the Oceanside Pier. And that's from mess up, and all due respect, I think all things are squashed by now. But again, you never know, because there's always that one that just still wants to hate on your girl, bro. You know what I mean?
no
So
doubt.
and I hope that it's all love. I hope it's just me overthinking. I really hope that it's me looking into what it's not, and what it used to be. You know what I mean? I've just been through a lot of things since then. Regardless if I wanted to see them for what they were, I saw them for what they weren't.
Yeah,
And that's what saved my ass today. And that's where I can walk around with my head up held high. I walk around with a lot of pride, and I have a lot of respect for myself, for my children, and as well as for others around. Even if
yeah.
you've done to me dirty, I still got you. You know what I
Oh
mean? As
yeah,
long
no
as you
doubt.
didn't do me too dirty,
Oh
because
yeah,
there's a line that that can't be. You cannot recross that line. You know what I mean? Once I cross that
oh
line,
no
once they
doubt.
cross that line, but yeah. So after that weed incident, my dad was an addict, tended to in all day, and
Mhm.
I started in when I was 24 years old, and I was trying to save my marriage. My ex-husband is the father of my kids. I have 3 kids, one baby daddy. Thank you very much. Um,
Mhm.
um, but um, but I was trying to save our marriage. There was a lot of infidelity on his part. We are good friends. We are great parents today. We communicate for our children's sake. They are now with him after 14 years, 13, 14 years of being a single mom. Nice break, but I'm lonely. You know what I mean? But they're doing great. My son graduated early this year. So on to the drug thing, though. Yeah, I started when I was 24, off and on, brought myself in and out of rehabs. After my dad passed, a little while after that, alcohol really, really sank in. I have 4 DUIs, but I've done all my classes. Hopefully, I might have to go in and do one more 18 month, but I'm not sure. I think I might have already covered it, or credit served or whatever. I'm not sure quite at this moment, because I don't. Again, I just live one day at a time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If I'm not out there, I ain't running into no people, places, or things. So for me, being home is safe for me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. But so yeah, that's where that drug started. And then just a few months back, I did a whole nother round of almost 2 months being sober. But then September 1st, my grandmother, my mom's mom, passed away, and I said fuck it, and I didn't want to deal with the emotions, so I was like, I'm gonna do it again, just one more round, and I'm not afraid. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make my mistakes. I'm not gonna beat myself up. I used to beat myself up over it a lot. But I no longer do that to myself. You know, it is what it is. Hey, if I have a day, a night, a party, I party, it ain't no big thing. I know when I need to stop, and it's not anything that I need to even be chasing for the purpose of what I really want to do. Now, if I never use that, I would never be able to help anybody who's ever been on that. So that's the way I look at it. If I've never done a little Coca-Cola, never done any meth, never drank any alcohol, I could never help anybody
Yeah,
with those
yeah,
life.
you don't know. You don't know. You got to experience it before you can tell them,
Absolutely.
how to get
Yeah,
off
yeah.
of it.
Like psychedelics, I don't know, but I see dead people all the time, so that's pretty psychedelic if you ask me.
Dang, dang. Hey, you're too much. So,
Yeah,
I wanted to tell you,
yeah, yeah,
so the push, my channel is the push for the unity of the raza, north and south, and
absolutely.
even the perros. Shout
Yeah,
out to
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
Don't know really the
Everybody.
difference. Sorry to cut you off, but don't really know the difference. That's the part that I didn't really get to know
Mhm.
because I have family that are involved, very, very strongly involved.
Yeah,
I have godparents. I have godparents that are very involved, and they were involved in the prison ministry actually.
yeah, that's a
Hernandez.
great thing.
My grandmother's name is Consuelo Connie Mendoza Hernandez Baker Duke. So
Yeah.
so if you know the system, you know who they are. And much love and respect because they're the ones I found out that I lost my biological grandfather, Albert James Baker. Through
Yeah.
them, they have an old picture of my great grandfather, which is pretty awesome. And it's unfortunate that my real more immediate family don't share that shit with me. They kind of left me out of the
Yeah.
loop. Wasn't even invited to the funeral for whatever reason. It is what it is. But it still hurts. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
still
no doubt about
painful.
it.
And
I
then
agree.
also on my dad's side, that grandfather as well. I don't really know him either. But I'm sure in due time. And so that's what actually attracted me to your channel. And then I saw the one with Rojo, and then I've seen a few with a few retired big hitters.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really it's intriguing to me because I know because I know
Yeah.
that it all leads up to my roots. It
Yeah. Because of that,
I and just internally and emotionally, mentally, I'm very, very intrigued by it. And because I didn't involve myself in it, so now I want to be the solution of it,
no doubt about it. We all do,
or
girl. We
part of
all
a
do.
solution. You know what I mean? I know I can't do it all by
Having
myself,
lived,
but
having lived in and been involved, girl, I can tell you first and foremost that I'm definitely trying to go a different route daily in my life, and I'm definitely trying to bring some awareness
yeah.
and let everyone know, that it's not all that it's cracked up to be, but at the end of the day, it's their decision totally. So, with that said, you gonna bust us a flow or what?
You want me to bust your flow? Yeah, give me a thumbnail. Give me a thumbnail.
Yeah,
No, serious. Like, give me something.
yeah. I don't know. Gunners Collective.
Gunners Collective, it's your girl right here, and I'm supporting Gunners Collective every day of the year, 365 days. You already know we ain't ever gonna stop this shit. This motherfucking show's gonna show you how you should live your life. Don't ever get stuck on a motherfucking pipe, cause Gunners Collective and your girl Rope's gonna come to show you the better side of your life. And let's get on the go, cause we always gonna show what you could be doing instead of being a dum dum on the streets. You know what I mean? It's your girl Rope. So pick your head up, go get a job. Stop being a piece of shit, motherfucker. Go do something with your life.
Órale. That's the Homegirl Road, man.
I always
Again,
throw the comedy in there. It has to be, it has to be
I
funny
think,
because I'm rolling shit in there too.
yeah, you're
Uh,
doing your thing, girl. Hey, I appreciate your
thank you, thank
time,
you.
man. Like I said, I want you
Yeah.
to get in my lives. You're gonna get into my lives.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that I was able to tap in right here. So
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. We made it happen. Keep it
yeah.
cracking. You know what it is? It's a fact in the way that I be jacking, totally getting my Mac in when I make it happen. You feel me? That's a fact. And now, with that being said, I hope that everyone out there moves fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about going and flowing like you got to make it happen. Again, the homegirl road, man, go trip out on her Instagram one time for a mind. We got it locked in.
Yeah,
Bang,
yeah.
bang. And in that fashion.